Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Tuesday, February the 6th, sorry. I'm already like a day ahead of myself. Okay, so I'm working on my scheduling. I said I'd like to try this out for this month, and so today is Tuesday, so I'm going to be doing my kitchen or the great room area and also my basement. I just figured, keeping up with the basement, there's nothing really down there, but might as well. I'm kind of holding my phone just so you can see. My tripod broke completely yesterday. I think the little screw is stripped. I'm not sure because it's set fine, and then I put my phone on it. I clip my phone in, and it just, the weight of my phone, and it just falls straight forward. So I don't know what's wrong. So I just built my new one. So I got this here. So it's got these 9 different colors, 12 different levels of brightness, and 8 special effects. And so I've got it built. And then I realized, I can't plug it into my phone. It's got this larger connector here. I don't even know what the difference of these things are. Mine is a micro something. I don't know. This is a standard USB. I don't know where all my little attachments are, but this is the one I was using. This one just has basic three settings of just white light, 3 settings of different brightnesses on it. Very simple, basic, but again, it has just this regular USB. I don't know where my converters are, but it's this thing here. It's actually, no, it's this part in here that as soon as I put my phone here, this part here bends, like this roller part. I don't know if this, and I can't get this screw to go in. I can't even get it out right now, so maybe it's crooked. I don't know. I'll have to get my husband to take a look. So I built the new one. I wasn't going to because I do have a couple. I just can't find them right now. So then I thought, no, I really need one. I'll just build the new one. Then I don't have to worry about it. I can let my husband play around with this broken one and see if he can figure out why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I will be heading to the kitchen in just a moment and start doing the cleaning there. It is recording, sorry. Okay, so I'm in my kitchen or the great room area. So I've got a list of what I'm gonna do. So I've got vacuum, mop the windows, counters, pantry, stove, fridge, oven, microwave, coffee maker, pet dishes. And then I also am gonna go do the basement. So I'm just gonna be doing a quick vacuuming, mop, and the windows. Now, the windows on this main floor, I went and did them all yesterday. I knew that there was some spots on the one window I had to get done because of my dog, so I figured I had the cleaner out. I would just go and do them all yesterday. So I don't have to do the windows today. Same with yesterday when I vacuumed. I quickly vacuumed this area. I didn't move the pet dishes. I didn't move out the bench. I didn't move the table and chairs. I didn't lift up the cat house. I didn't lift up the mat, and I didn't mop. So, I mean, I spot mopped where I could see my dog had brought mud tracks in, which is something I just do every day anyways. If I see my dog, after I let her in and out, and if she's left foot tracks, I will try to clean them up right away. So that is what I'm gonna do. So I've done institutional commercial cleaning. So you always clean top to bottom, clean to dirty. So I always start with the highest points. Now I'm looking around. There isn't anything really high to get done. My cupboards go up to like the ceiling. Well, I've got the ceiling actually kind of drops down. So I don't have like above the, in this kitchen, I don't have to worry about the space between the tops of the cupboards and the wall. When I move, I think we have a space on some of them. Yeah, I think, there is the space on some of them. So I'd like to do something when we move so I don't have to deal with that. But for this place, I don't have to worry about that. So I guess then next you go down, so the next level will be the counters. Well, I think I'm gonna start with spraying the oven and cleaning out the microwave. My fridge is fine, I just checked it. I've already cleaned it recently. I just went through it quickly this morning, and the freezer, they're fine. I looked in the pantry yesterday. I recently did that, so it's okay. I don't think my fridge or my pantry needs to be done this week. But I wrote them down because it is like a weekly thing to check for leftovers, and I've been cleaning up my fridge and my freezers and the pantry, and I'm trying to use up some of the food. So that is actually going to be like almost a daily thing or something, you know, a couple times a week, checking out the fridge and the pantry. So, but I figure for once a week to just keep an eye out to make sure that the pantry stays organized, that there's no food, you know, spoiled food in the fridge once a week, you know, get rid of the leftovers, things like that. So I guess I'm gonna go and spray in my oven. Make sure I grab the right one. I almost grabbed my Pledge the other day when I went to do this. Now there's a couple different ways to do this. You can do the cold, or you can do it where you preheat the oven. My oven was recently cleaned not that long ago, but some food has spilled, and I cooked fish in it last night. And when I opened it up this morning to just check, I could smell the fish. It happens. Fish is one of those ones that has a smell that lingers. I'm leaving my racks in. I'm just gonna do a light spray, and yes, I know I'm not wearing my gloves, but it's just a quick light spray. I'll be wearing my gloves when I'm actually washing it out, but I figure for a quick little spray, not a lot in here. I'm just gonna put this rack up. This rack was actually just flat on the bottom. Just do a quick little spray. It doesn't need a big clean. I did a big massive clean not that long ago. And then I have my little Screaming Mama. She cleans my microwave. So she's got two lines. One is for vinegar and one is for the water. So I realized I just have to grab the vinegar. Brought out all the cleaning products, but then I forgot to grab the vinegar. So you fill up the vinegar to the vinegar line. Hard to see sometimes. Okay, yep. And then you top up with the water to the water line. Again, the markings are really hard to see. There we go. Water and vinegar. And put her head back on. Head and her hair back on. There we go. And we just put her in the microwave, and we set that for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. So now while that is doing that, I'm going to work on my cook stove. This cook stove, I cannot clean this one burner. You know, I'm lucky that my pot didn't break more than it did, and I'm lucky that my cook stove didn't crack when I did that. I actually had stuff on here actually boiled dry to the point where the pot was stuck to the top of the cook stove. So I'm lucky that, you know, didn't really damage anything too bad. So I'm using my Surma Bright cooktop cleaner, and when I spray this on, or as soon as I get this on, my stove is going to start to scream at me saying that there is stuff on here. So I'm avoiding the control panel at the moment. Like I said, I've got no dishes to wash or put away this morning, but I am going to do the pet dishes. So I'm just going to grab, while this is doing its thing, and I just realized I forgot to grab my little red scouring pad. It's made for the cook stoves. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab the pet dishes, and I'm going to pour all the pet dishes into a sink with hot soapy water to soak. So I'll be back in just a few moments. So I use these. This is by the Weeman. It's the cooktop scrubbing pads. I got these at Canadian Tire for about $3 or $4 for 3 of them. I think they're either 3 something or 4 something a box, so under $5, and they do last quite a while. And my microwave just beeped, so that tells me it's been the 5 minutes already. So I've got the pet dishes soaking. So I'm just going to swirl this stuff all around. You'll be able to tell where the food is. So you'll be able to feel it. It's really interesting. Once you get the cleaner on here, you can't see any of the bits of food. It's hard to see. But when you get the cleaner on here, suddenly you can feel it, you can see it. I think I put too much to this cleaner on. That's okay. I haven't done this cook stove for a couple weeks anyways, so it really needs to get done. I said I'm doing all this. I'm avoiding that section for now, just so my stove doesn't beep at me while I'm doing this. I just figured this doesn't get quite as dirty as these ones. Now this is the main burner that we use all the time. So we hardly ever use the other 3 burners. So I really concentrate right here on this one. And you know you've done a good job cleaning. Oops, now it's gonna beep. Just grab this dry cloth. When, as you clean, you can see the rings of the burners, because sometimes they just get so coated in spills and everything that you can't even see them. But when you start to scrub, and then you can start to see the rings, so then you know the outline of where the heating elements are. You know you're doing a good job. So I'm just going to let this sit on here and just soak in. And I'm just going to that. I'm just going to grab the microwave, and it's so easy because that has done its job. Now all I have to do is grab the cleaning cloth and just wipe it all out. I'm just going to let my dog back in first. So I'm use the cloth to take her out just because sometimes it is very hot. I'm just going to set that in the sink to cool down. And just take out the tray. This. And then just with my cloth, I just have to go and wipe it down. And all the little bits of food, I'm just going to drop them in the sink right now. But I love this, that you can clean the microwave with just vinegar and water. Try not to get it to go under here. I'm gonna have to get my husband to take the microwave out so I can vacuum under there. And this microwave didn't really fit here. We had to build a platform for it. Making sure I got the back wall and the ceiling and the little corners back there done. There we go. So that is done. I'm just gonna wait for the outside just because my cloth is a little bit damp right now. I'm just gonna have to fix all that because it's all crooked now. Okay, so now I'm just gonna I always find the tray does sometimes need a little bit of water for this food to stick to the tray. I don't want to break my tray. Grab a dry cloth. I'm just going to dry these off and put this back in here. Something there. So the microwave is now clean. Doesn't take long to clean. That's what I love about some of these products that I use. It just takes no time to clean things. Now I'll come back to the cook stove. And this should be on here long enough for me to now just start to rinse this. See, there's the burnt on food. Be able to see it, and I said it was red, so it's probably like the tomato sauce or something. Go like this, and now I'm just going to go and rinse this off. And you'll be able to see how clean the cook stove can be. And I was gonna scream at me because this is wet. Grab this cloth and get this one wet. And at this stage, I can see there is burnt food right there. So I'll grab my little scouring pad here and just scrub that away. Because it still hasn't been fully rinsed. This will take a couple of rinse jobs. But when it's at this stage where it's kind of like this cloudy stage, that's when I can really see any burnt on food. And if I needed to, I would grab my little metal scraper I have. I didn't even grab it because I didn't think I would need it, but I've got this little plastic one. There, that worked. I think that got the little burnt on stuff off. Oh, there's a little bit more. There. So now I'm just going to rinse this off one more time, and then when I get this, or just one or two more times till I get it all the soap residue off, then I will be back. Right, I've got my cook stove as clean as I can possibly get it. I mean, got a few little marks here and there, some more food I was trying to scrape off, but I'm just gonna leave it for now, knowing that I can do it later, but just, otherwise I'm gonna be spending 10 minutes scrubbing just this one spot. Which I could do, and I don't want to do that. It's a little bit of pasta sauce or whatever I cooked the other day that boiled over. And it's not really that noticeable. I mean, I know every time I cook, I'm gonna be, washing off the stove. I'm just gonna say it's clean enough for right now. I mean, it is super shiny. Now, one thing we do because of this, and we're trying to keep our kitchen down to just minimal stuff, is I do have my tea kettle here that I keep on my stove. I'm just gonna wipe it off. And I do keep water in here. I will put fresh water in here. It's just something I do. So when I turn off the burner, so my cats jump up here when the kids were little, didn't want anybody to get burned, so I just put the kettle on the burner. I will dump this water out and I'll put in fresh water when I wash the kettle off in a little bit. Right now I can't because I've got the pet dishes soaking. So let's see, I've done that. So I think now I will do the counters. So I have my marble, granite, and quartz cleaner because these counters are marble. I'm going to start over where the cats eat and then where the coffee maker is. And then I'll do the counter behind me and the island. So I'm just going to grab my cloth. Or just grab these microfiber cloths. This one's got that rubbery texture to it. So very easy. I'm just going to start over this one. How about if I had it turned on to spray instead of off? Counter where the cats eat. I want to do this really good. I already washed this counter off with warm soapy water when I took the dishes off, so that I didn't have to worry about, but that's what you do first. Wash it with warm soapy water and then the cleaner. I kind of missed that step because I said I just did that one and I didn't film myself or show myself doing that, but I'll show the next ones. So this counter here, I gotta move all this stuff off. Just take me a minute and then I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just gonna move all that off the counter. Now I'm just gonna wipe it down with a warm soapy cloth just because this is where the coffee maker sits. And I know I usually do spill coffee on this counter. Just as they can feel right there. Felt it, I heard it when I went by. There. I'm gonna do walls here, up and below. I'm just gonna do cupboards as well. I've got this cloth. I figure I'm doing this really good. I might as well do. Be part of my weekly kitchen cleaning will be the cupboards. Now these cupboards over here, generally don't get dirty. Food is not prepared over here, but my coffee maker sits there and I generally do end up spilling coffee down. So I do want to check these cupboards. Checking under here. We don't really use this. This is like an old style. It's an old style, like a desk thing. So we don't use it. We used to have a chair sitting here, but we got rid of that idea a long time ago. But this one spot is where my cats, when they come in and out of the kitchen, they always rub this counter, so I get these black marks from the cats. And lots of pet fur get stuck right there. There's nothing today because we've been extra cleaning. But there we go. So that is done. Sorry, messages just went across from the top of my phone. I'm just trying to read what it said. Okay. I think it says something about I'm almost out of recording time, and then something else popped up. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm just going to spray this with granite cleaner. I'm just going to put everything back on the counter where it goes. This is still really hot. My daughter made herself tea before I took her to school this morning. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't burn myself on the tea kettle. Plug all this stuff back in where it goes. And that's been unplugged long enough now that I'm gonna have to reset the clock and everything on my coffee maker. It's fine, I will do that in a little bit. These wires for the phone, I just tuck behind the coffee maker, like that. So that's all clean. Bucket of cleaners here, because now I gotta do this the main island. And there is bits of food on here. That's last night's supper, some rice and things. Happens, do your best. I tried to clean, but I can obviously say I did not wipe my counter down last night. Put the leftovers away, and I did not. I mean, my husband, we ate here at the island, and I think, he was still eating when I was done, and I put the leftovers away. So it never got wiped out last night. That rarely happens. We'll say it does happen where, if you forget to wipe up something, but not like this. I think that's what happened was I was done eating, I put the leftovers away, and then I went to the other room. My husband was still eating, and then I came back. I did my dishes and his dishes, and I I guess I forgot to wipe off the counter. Because I was standing on the edge of the island on the other side of the cook stoves where I was putting the leftovers away. And there's just a bunch of stuff. Like I said, to find bits of rice and fish on the counter as well, and it's like something sticky here. It's last night's supper. Like I said, I'm trying to really, really try hard to clean, but, the dishes were all done and put away. The supper was picked up and put away, but I guess I forgot to wipe off the counter. Because this is where I was standing, lifting up supper, putting it in the container to go in the fridge. Okay, well now my counter is clean. The island is clean. So now I'm just going to take my granite cleaner and then I gotta do all the lower cabinets as well. And then on my counter here on my island, I have a granite little cutting board. Granite cleaner on the other side of the kitchen. So I'm just gonna give little spritz and clean. And I have a marble paper towel holder. There seems to be only like maybe 2 sheets on here, so I'm not gonna put the paper towel back on. Like I say, it is in the kitchen, so top of this does get quite sticky. There. And I've got this is also made marble, the little utensil holder. Grab a new roll of paper towel. This has only got like 1 sheet left on it, so I'm just gonna set that over there. So now I just have to do the other counter. So just have this counter, but I have a sink full of dishes now, so I'm gonna deal with those. The Pet's dishes. So these are the dishcloths that were here. They are dirty. I need to put out clean ones today, so I figured I can just use them to wash the Pet bowls. I do like to do the Pet bowls at least once a week. I will do more with the ones that we use the cat's soft food, but I think once a week for doing them is really good start. Right, so just stop recording. I'm just trying to figure out where I last was, but so I said I just got rid of the dirty claws. So now I'm just going to grab a towel and just dry pet dishes and get them out of my way. I'll just use this one and then I can get washed right away too. So I'm just going to dry the pet dishes and then it's going to take a few minutes to dry the pet dishes and set their bowls and everything back up. So I'll just be back in just a few moments. Right, so I've got the pet foods containers dried and put where they go. Now I'm going to deal with this counter and all the cabinets. Although I'm looking and there's not really seeing any like dirty fingerprints that normally would be on my cupboards. I mean, it's a little sticky, but you know, it's cupboards. So I'm just going to move everything off of here onto the island. I forgot to put her away. And there's like nothing left in there, so that I always find neat that when I take her out, there's usually not a lot of liquid left in. There's the knife block. Then I got all my cutting boards. Water bottle, piece to my daughter's water bottle. And then I'm just gonna set this under here for now. Set this under here for now. I like to wipe it down with just a warm, damp cloth with a little bit of soap, although this one doesn't have any soap. I was just rinsing it out. These shelves here get used. I'm just going to wipe these ones off. The other ones have not been touched, so they should be fine. I know I cleaned my windows yesterday, so they're fine. I always find that this window ledge always gets splattered. This window also gets almost splattered daily as well. I did it yesterday. I might go and do this window again later today. So usually the front of these cupboards here, I always spill water down when I'm doing dishes. these ones too, but it's been a while since I've cooked anything with my skillet, my electric skillet sitting here, so, or my slow cook, oh no, I got rid of my slow cooker, so my Instant Pot, that's what it is. I usually put my Instant Pot on the island. Just gonna wipe these cupboards down as well, because I didn't do that yet. I've got the other cupboards on the other side of the island I have to wipe off, because I didn't do that. Guess I kind of forgot to wipe some of this stuff off. I was just busy doing one thing and just... These ones haven't been wiped off for a while. Okay, so all those cupboards on the other side of the island are all wiped off. These upper ones, I don't understand how food gets like above my reach here. I will never understand that. I mean, maybe my daughter cooked, oh, my daughter was cooking supper a couple nights ago, or maybe almost a week ago. Right, she was cooking hamburger. She made herself a hamburger, rice, stir fry type of a thing. Trying to figure why there'd be splatters way up there. I haven't cooked anything for a while here. Okay, so all my cabinets are all wiped down. So now I'll grab my granite cleaner and clean off this counter. And my backsplashes are travertine, so I can use this same cleaner on my backsplashes. But I will say, so far they just all seem really good. But I did kind of go over them. I don't think I filmed myself doing that because I was kind of doing a few other things, and I just... when I did the cats, when I put the cat's food back up, I noticed the cats had some stuff on their little backsplash, so I did the other backsplash by the coffee because I forgot to do that. I gotta do this backsplash. So for the backsplash, I just spray on the cloth directly. I was just find it easiest. Only because I believe this backsplash is unsealed, so I don't want to spray the product directly on it. And I do know that this granite needs to be re-sealed or resurfaced or whatever you call it. And I had looked into it and I saw how much it was going to cost to buy the kit to do it yourself. And I watched people online do it. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. That just seems like a lot of work. So we're just gonna leave them as they are. Just gonna spray a little more on here. I find sometimes this is where we usually, do a lot of cooking and prep work. So I actually find this one here usually doesn't have the shine like the other ones get. And I know this counter is really, by the sink especially, it's starting to get all pitted. And I mean, me and my husband, we talked, and if we were gonna stay here for another, if we knew that we'd be here for another 2 years, like at least another 2 years, we would put in a new granite, just on this one. We'd leave the other ones alone because they're okay. But we put in another chunk of granite over here where the sink is. But since we're not, we just figured that that is just not an option, not a feasible option. Same with replacing the cook stove, same thing. I know it's about $1,000 for a new cook stove thing, and if we were going to stay here for over another year, we would get that replaced. So when it happened, it didn't break, so we didn't have to replace it. But you know, so we're selling now. So I mean, if we were going to stay here, if we knew we'd be here for another 1 year, we'd put in a new cook stove. And if we knew we'd be here another 2 years, we would replace this counter. But, you know, things change, so there's no point in spending that kind of money, knowing that potential homeowner buying this place will probably be gutting this and replacing the counter. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I love this granite. Not this particular one with some of the shades that are in here, but you know, getting used to it, 13 years, it's, you know, I like the one put in the house that we're going to. So that one, I don't know what this one's called. The one that we have in the other house, I picked out, and it's called Nordic Sunset. And the best way to describe it is it's black with the white and gray veins. So I said it was like reverse marble, because we were going to get a marble backsplash, and then it got changed from marble to travertine because travertine was so much cheaper. So I started buying all this marble stuff to go with my marble backsplash, and then we ended up with travertine, and then we moved here and I get a different marble and I still get travertine. So that was funny. So I'm just going to put my cutting boards back. Knife forks. There we go. Just don't want them to tip when people try to get one out. And my water bottle, I keep it here only because if I take it apart, because it's a 2-part one, this coffee part fits on the shelf, this part does not. So I don't want to lose the pieces, so I leave them both there and they can just sit there. And my daughter got herself a new water bottle, and that was the inside for something. I don't know, I guess she didn't need it, so she left it on the counter. And then my other coffee cup is actually in the other room. It needs to get washed. I was drinking my coffee this morning. So my friend's cup sits beside my husband's friend's cup. I think my kitchen is pretty much done for now. I just have to grab the vacuum and vacuum. Oh, excuse me. And then do a quick mop. So just vacuuming and mopping. And I'll flip around to this side. Needs no work. I recently, just the other day, went and dusted off that whole, all those shelving unit. I just did that. So those are clean. I was moving things around. The kitchen table sitting here has the plastic or vinyl tablecloth that looks like lace. That was just wiped off the other day. So that is fine. So I will be back after I have vacuumed this entire area. Okay, so I've got the floor all vacuumed, and I was about to go and get the mop, and I remembered I sprayed the oven with cleaner, so I'm not going to mop until after I get the oven cleaned. So now I'm going to go down to the basement and do a quick vacuum and mopping down there and checking the windows. Yeah, down here is pretty clean. I just have to do a quick vacuum of everywhere only because the animals still walk down here. I'm down here while I'm kind of like, I've kind of stopped packing the toys that are down here because I think most of the toys that are here are ones that I am keeping. Because I don't know what's going to happen the next 2 years. I might reopen my day home. I'm not sure yet. I just want to break and figure out what to do. So I'm gonna keep most of these toys I'm keeping, or they belong to my kids. So my kids want to go through their toys, and so just gonna do a quick vacuum and a light mop down here. I just see a few spots where I can see it's been mopped by my husband, but when he was mopping, he doesn't. You know, a place like this, it's not a major area. He's not going to spend a lot of time. I know it was like about a month ago when I pulled up the foam mats off this floor, and there is still a few spots here and there where I can see the outlines of those little cars that are in some of those mats. So I know it just needs a, not like a full mop, but I do see a couple spots where it does need some spot mopping, and it does need a good vacuuming. Only because, like I said, like my animals do come down here. Actually, my cats are the ones who actually use the basement now, so they're actually on the couch all the time. That carpet, it's where the animals sleep when I'm down here doing things, so that needs a good vacuuming. So I will be back when I'm done vacuuming down here, and I'll do a quick little mop. The windows are fine. They were recently cleaned. I'm just looking at everything down here. It's all clean. The next thing it really has to get done is those cupboards are still full of stuff at the moment. They're still full of day home papers and dishes, and I'm just not ready to pack those items away. They're just fine in the cupboards, don't have to see them. It just be less boxes that I have to have out at the moment. So with that being said, I'll be back when I'm back upstairs doing the oven. Okay, I'm gonna clean my oven, and if you notice, I've changed my clothes. I just didn't want to get this other outfit wrecked. I'm also wearing shoes, not the best, but just a pair of shoes so I have better grip when cleaning this. Got my gloves on, and I've got a bucket with some warm water. It's just easier to keep rinsing off my cloth. And like I said, I don't have to do a big cleaning. My oven was recently scrubbed really good about 2 weeks ago. I spent actually 3 days scrubbing this out. But when I opened it up and I can have that fish smell, I'm like, no, I gotta kind of clean it. And then some other food spilt in here too, and it's like, no, the oven just needs another good, just clean, wipe down. My oven door does come off. I've done it once, and I had trouble getting it back on, so I will not be taking it off. Also, I do not know how to clean between the glass, so I don't clean between the glass. I've seen some people, they undo the screws, and I'm like, I'm not taking my stove apart to do that. I'm not. I'm gonna do general basic cleaning, and that is it. I'm not taking my appliances apart. I'm just gonna scrub this out, clean this really good, get all the cleaner off. I'm not quite sure, probably usually takes me about 15 minutes of good rinsing. So I'll be back when I've got this all rinsed out. So I've got the oven cleaned out, and I was about to do the racks, and I realized I had my own coffee stuff in here soaking. So I gotta wash out my coffee mug. Water. I have the number of times I emptied and changed out this water to rinse out the stove. And then my last thing will just be the oven racks, and then I'm cleaning the actual sink itself. So I'm just going to move this. I don't want that to get contaminated with these racks. I'm going to put my gloves back on. Down a little. Wipe it off with the cloth. I said it was just I did this really good 2 weeks ago. I spent a long time. I said like it took me like I think it was like 3 days of cleaning the oven because I let the cleaner just sit on it for a while. I sprayed it the one day, and then the next day something happened, so the cleaner ended up just sitting in the oven for like a good day and a half, maybe almost 2 days before I finally got to cleaning it. So there's nothing on these. So as I clean them, I'm just going to put each one back in the oven. With the water, I can just see the grease coming off. Even though they look pretty clean to me. Oh, I do use my oven. My daughter uses the oven. My husband uses the oven. So there's things that a lot of burnt on stuff. So usually if it's got the burnt on stuff, this is usually the one that sits at the bottom below everything. So anything burns, it drips onto the one below it. Underside always is dirtier than the top. scrubbing this one seemed to have extra stuff on it. It happens, you know, sometimes something spills. That one done. The cleaner is going to make me sneeze now. I'm surprised I haven't sneezed yet. There we go. So now I'm just going to rinse this cloth. And I'm going to go grab my cleaner and clean this sink good. Just going to dry off this counter. I spilled water when I was spraying those. I'm just going to go and grab my other cloth and the cleaner so I can clean the inside of the sink. I cannot find my bottle of stainless steel spray. I do have the stainless steel wipes. These I did not like. And I also have a pack of these magic eraser sheets. I don't like these magic eraser things. Some people like them. I don't like them, but I've got to use them up. So I'm going to use one of these on the inside of the sink. Just wet it and just scrub. Like these things, like look at how dirty that is. Now some of this is probably because I just did the oven racks. I will say it is getting some of the stuff off that I've been having trouble getting off, like some of these water spots. I just happened to notice the time. It is now like 10:30 or just after 10:30. I started cleaning at 8 o'clock. I really thought that I could just breeze through this kitchen and the basement. I mean, I still have vacuumed the basement. I still have to mop the basement, and I still have to mop this main floor. So I really thought that it was just, oh, it'd be so easy to do this. And then show this in a second, but in our sinks, I have those little metal strainers that catch all the little bits and things. Oops, didn't want to do that. And then I have this little tin cup here that we just put all the little bits in. But I don't know where this came from. Same with on here, these little bits of things, I don't know. Must have been, well, some of it was under that other mat, but some of that must have been, you know, from the oven racks. Like, you don't realize, you don't think it's dirty, you don't see any bits of food stuck, but I guess there is bits of food stuck. And same with these little stainless steel little things here, little mesh catchers. I'm just gonna wipe these off as well. I'm gonna grab my dish soap. That will help. I'm just gonna spray in here with dish soap and just get this well coated. So I'm gonna let this soak on here for just a few minutes and finish scrubbing out my sink. I will go back and grab my granite polisher because now I've got to redo this, the counter by the sink here. So when I get all this done, I'll be back and I'll be mopping the floors. Okay, so I got my sink done, I redid my counter. My mop is plugged in, waiting for it to heat up. It just takes a couple minutes. I'm gonna say, I don't like these little magic erasers, or these are the magic eraser sheets. I was cleaning my sink with it and I end up with like a strainer full of these little white bits. I don't like it. I just say if I'm buying something, I'm spending a lot of money on some cleaning product, I don't like the fact that it's like a one-time use product. But some of these I got, tried them out from the dollar store. Some of these I got from, buy, cleaners to try them out, or you get them from friends who try out cleaners and they don't like them and they say, oh, would you like to try this product, see if it works for you? So, but while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to use these stainless steel wipes, and I'm just going to go over all the stainless steel items. So, even though I know I just did the sink, I am just going to go over the sink with these wipes. It just polishes them a little bit better. Except that little strainer basket thing is full of stuff I gotta go throw out. I'm just gonna leave it there because I just don't know where to put it right this second while I'm doing the other cleaning. Just go over anything stainless steel. Over the appliances as well. Don't like that sometimes. You just go to clean and I press the button and it just starts on me. So I'm just gonna clean all the stainless steel over here. Side of the stove. So my stove is clean now, in and out. It's always a nice feeling when you've got your stuff all cleaned. Again, I'm cleaning, so I'm bumping buttons on my stove as well. And same with my fridge. I'm just gonna wipe this down. Now this is this stainless steel and it has a name, and it's, I forget the name, something about granite something. But it is a stainless steel, but what I like is it does show fingerprints and smudges, but not as much as the straight stainless steel. Also, this is actually magnetic, which is really nice because for a long time, couldn't hang important things on my fridge, which is great because I will say, hanging a lot of stuff on your fridge actually makes your kitchen look a little more cluttered. So I've always avoided that, but I always thought it was always important to have important things hanging on the fridge. I'm just gonna lock. Okay, good. I just want to wipe down this water dispenser here. And I will unlock that when I know I'm done cleaning the fridge. So I will open the fridge, you can see it is mostly organized. There's nothing, you know, too bad that needs to be cleaned out. It's a little cluttered, but it's, you know, we use it. So things are gonna get moved around depending on who's looking for what. Same with this little drawer here. It's mostly organized, you know, with the eggs, the butter, cheese, that's what goes in here, and then the freezer as well. So we've got, you know, meat up here, some ice cream down here. We've got, it's all been organized recently, so everything is still pretty much where I put it. And then the pantry is still pretty much organized. I did pull out a few of the stuff at the bottom to vacuum because the onions, actually I vacuumed a little bit yesterday, but I took out a few more items today and really vacuumed well. But the pantry is basically organized, so I didn't have to do that one today. So now I guess all that's left is to mop. So my mop should be ready. And I said, I love my steam mop. I love my other one, my Shark. I love it too. Just plug in and just spray and mop. And so this one is just the steam. I like the steam for like a daily one, or, you know, like, and then the other, my other one has the cleaner in it, so that I can use for when I think it needs more deep cleaning. But my husband actually does more mopping than I do, and he will actually get out the whole mop bucket and he will mop really good. So I don't have to mop much. So I'm just trying to do a good mopping. It's probably going to take me probably about 20 or so minutes to mop here. I'm not going to finish right this minute. So I'm just going to show you my whole kitchen is done. I got to move the spice racks back. Oops. But I've got all clean this side and over here. Said like the chairs and everything are moved, so when I mop, I'll put everything back. So like I said, I'm basically done. Actually, I got one more thing I have to do, and that's over here. Yeah, I forgot to do this. My coffee bar thing. I've got to wash this out. I decided to add doing this to my weekly thing is washing this out. I do know if I hit this, yeah, my thing is flashing. I need to clean it. I don't have any cleaner today. It started flashing about a week ago. So that's got to get done. I've got coffee grounds in this basket, so I'm going to empty this and wash this out. And then this is my coffee grinder. Oops. There's no coffee in here, and I don't have any beans up here in the hopper, so I will fill that. Now these are Starbucks. I don't know which ones these ones are. It's a mix of the Christmas and Thanksgiving blend this year, or last year I guess. It'll be the 2023 Thanksgiving and Christmas. Kind of got mixed together, and I don't know how much of which one it is, and the little labels were taken out and put back in when I was topping up with another bag. Usually when I top this up, I cut out the Starbucks or any coffee, whatever it is, but I use Starbucks, and I'll put in on top of here so I'll know what blend it is. So now that is done. Coffee stuff I can finish in just a few minutes, but I say it is now like 11 o'clock. I started this at like 8 this morning. I did not expect it to take me 3 hours to do this much cleaning today. I really thought it was gonna be, oh, I just have to, you know, I mean, if you look at my list, it wasn't that many things, but it's, I guess once you start cleaning and you're just getting it done, and it's, I think it's the vacuuming here and down in the basement. Now I'm gonna mop here, and I'm gonna go down and mop downstairs. And I'm doing the stove and the microwave and the oven, and if I had to do the fridge and the pantry, then yes, it is quite a lot of work. But again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones.